Okay, so another match against Laning Jowler. I don't know what that Jowler is. I hope it's not a slur or something. Um, yeah, this one is fine. We have a Ponder, we have a Prism. Say good luck for fun. He also kept 7. Let's see what happens now. So we are going to probably play the Grow for blue or the Isle for green. I think we want to do Grow for blue. I think so. More conscript, so they are on probably red the queens, which is a pretty strong deck. They are going to just beat us up probably. So let's play this on blue. Just hope to draw Tron and how that we have been doing. We can also yeah, no, we can't double spell next turn. We can just play the Prism, or we can Ponder and Flavinile. I think we need Tron to win, so we're going to probably start with the Tower and Prism, so we have access to crop rotation, to mana after crop rotation if we find the other Tron piece. Yep. Cave of Temptation, that's fine. I would very much prefer another Tron piece, not a Cave of Temptation, but it's fine. Okay, that's awesome. We can then next turn play the Mine, Grove, rotate it, and we would have Tron, but we wouldn't do anything with the Tron. Well, we could actually play Bonder's Ornament and Ponder, which is not nothing. We probably end up doing that. And then on turn 4 we will have access to Colossus. Okay, they are hitting us for a bunch. And the Hill Cutter is kind of a problem against us because we have like one chunker, and if it can block then we are going to take a lot of damage. So, and again, we don't have any removal or any interaction whatsoever. Mostly we are just trying to assemble what we can do, and what we can do is 7/7s and 5/6s and multi-drifters. Let's go back. So the next turn they have another good turn for sure. So I'm going to do this right now. So I'm going to rotate this for a plant. Very flavorful, I might add. Then cast the ornament. I could draw with ornament, or I could draw with ponder. We don't have anything else going on. We at least have the Cave of Temptation for the next turn, the Colossus. If we play the ponder, we would have 3/4 mana, or 3 mana. Yeah, 4 mana with 1 mana of any color. So we would be able to play like a Dream Cache and just loot away some lands. That's good enough for me. We can also set up a good turn with the Colossus next turn. Yeah, so I like that. I'm probably going to put the island, rotation, and Dream Cache. Draw these two. Shuffle these two. That actually doesn't do anything, right? We don't want these two cards. Looting these two for these two is kind of the same thing. Well, we will draw another card actually. Yeah, whatever. Let's just do it. Put on top, put on top, put on top. No shuffle. Cast this. And we'd like to put the cards on top. Now this sucks. So I'm going to just put this through these two thriving lands on bottom. Pass. We will have Colossus and extra mana. Let's just hope they forget to cast their spells or whatever. Okay, that's good for us, I think. This means that they only hit for 4. But we are going to still die on the next turn. They're going to attack with these 3 cards. This is probably going to die and the hill cutter. So we need to actually flip into something useful. See what happens now. Maybe they are considering playing another 1-drop. They should actually. Or a grenade. Okay, grenade is fine. We're still mega dead next turn, so we need to... Well, yeah, we are just so dead. Okay, so why couldn't we draw this with the cash? We wouldn't have been able to cascade into it. Yeah, let's just play this chunker, see what happens. Spin it to win it. Cast this. I don't think we can find anything useful here. We could play like another bundle tournament, but that doesn't do anything. So I'm going to concede. Here we are dead. Super dead. But the good news is we have very good cyber cards for this. We have these cannonades, we have these weather the storms, and we have some hydroblasts, which is some healthy options. We're going to remove the Altisaurs. We're going to remove some amount of the caches and staunches. Probably one of these. I mostly end up doing the same cyber plan all the time. The Altisaurs are great for the nut draw, but as I said before in other games, against aggressive decks, then I prefer to have easier to cast spells. Additionally, they probably play Bolt, but even if they do, like if they Bolt the boarding party, that's fine. This is something that we can cast for sure, or more often for sure in turn 3. So if we have Tron, and this is very difficult to cast if we have Tron, so we need to have double green, so that makes it a bit difficult to cast. This is still great, I love the card, but it's the worst of the bunch basically. That's what I'm trying to say. So let's see what happens now. We are nowhere near to have Tron, but we do have a couple of ponders. We can Thriving Grove for blue. We have a good few turns trying to set up. I think it's keepable, not super amazing, but keepable. It's a bit difficult to really find a good mulligan plan with this deck. If you should go like in Modern, where you just mulligan into Tron, I think you could probably do that. The thing is, this is not currently rated, you know, it's not that an auto win or anything, so kind of difficult. By the way, something I want to say, the art on the Thriving Lands is amazing. It's just one of the best arts I've seen on lands lately. It's really good. Let's see if we find something useful. That's fine, I guess. We'll probably play that. That's some good cards to draw. The Cannonade is going to be good for sure. Where the Storm is okay. And yeah, we're nowhere near to Troning, but Cannonade is just so good. We'll actually keep that. Play this on red, as you do, and just pass the turn. Now we have access to Cannonade next turn. If they go for a couple of 1-drops, that would be amazing. Please do so. Another one, you can do it. I believe in you. We could also play slow and just play the plant and the ornament and the ponder. They would hit us for 4 next turn. If they have the Hill Cutter, then that's great to Cannonade. Yeah, I think I need to wait a turn to take the maximum value possible from the cannonade. This I'm going to probably shuffle because we don't have anywhere near to Tron for crop rotation. We need more land, so and the other cards are meh. So let's just shuffle this. That's kind of not that good. We have 2 payoffs, no Tron, so that's the problem with keeping hands that don't have Tron, but with a couple of ponders you are able to just find things. So this is awesome, they are playing more stuff. And we can actually play next turn Cannonade into Another Storm, and they are forced to play creatures, so they are basically very dead. This should be good enough to win, I guess, eventually. Crop rotation, that's okay. Just pass the turn, let them just sacrifice the Marshal probably. If they pay the Echo and hit us for 2, we can just play it. We can just play it slow. I don't think they're going to pay the Echo. Oh, okay. Interesting. They probably have a 1-drop then. Otherwise, or a land and a 2-drop. Yeah, probably land and 2-drop. See what happens here. If they don't cast a spell, we can just draw with Ornament, so fine. Goblin Bushwhacker kicked. That's awesome. Great stuff. Pump them up. Let them attack so they think they are going to hit us. And then just wrath the board. Hope no one of those is a pirate. Cannon. Nope. Just Goblin Warriors. This one is not a warrior. Interesting. You know that. Now I'm going to probably Weather the Storm for 3. Yeah, just use the mana. Now that we have the crop rotation, any Tron land is a good draw, so that's amazing. And this will give us a couple of turns. Probably they are only on 2 cards in hand. Opponents being a good sport. Here we could sacrifice several things, like the Fengraf and the Grove. We would have Tron plus this, so we could actually play the Colossus, right? Let's see. We sacrifice this, we go get a tower. Then we sacrifice this one, we go get a mine. We have 7 mana, 8, like 10 mana, I think. I'm bad at math. It's a bit late in my country. I worked all day, so I'm a bit tired. Just rotate this other one. I'm going to keep the colored one. I don't think they're going to be able to remove any of these threats. The mine, yeah. Pew pew pew. Go Colossus, go. Trim cash, cast it. Would you like to put the cards on top? Yes. Did we play a land this turn? We didn't. So we can actually keep these 2 and track down, but that doesn't really do anything. To put on top. No, wait. We can actually put this on top and cascade into the Mulderster. So I'm going to do that. Sounds fun. What's worse, our opponent is a bit flooded, so that's bad for them. Like 5 lands is like 3 lands too many for them. That's why I don't really like the Hill Cutter, even though it's a really strong card. you don't really want to have like 3 lands in this deck. Okay, yeah. I was going to cast Boarding Party and Cascade into Drifter and still have the track down available, so it would have been a good turn, I would say. Here, maybe we go down the Dream Cache and go up the track down, since this help us assemble Tron easier. I think it makes sense, is we are going to try to mulligan into Cannonades, and we are not going to be able to keep, yeah. Yeah, so basically any of these should be able to put us really ahead of the opponent. I didn't see any bolts from them, only Goblin Grenade, so I don't think it makes sense to. Okay, so this is Tron and Hydroblast, so this is a really good hand. I'm going to keep. So we expect to play land Prism next turn, find the land and rotate. If we don't, we can actually just turn 3 Hydro. Driving line would be good here because it would allow us to play the Hydro and something to rotate later. That's not that good. I don't really want another Prism. Right now, though, if we had Tron, it would be pretty good, but we don't right now. So yeah, Prism next turn. The following turn we have Hydroblast at the very least. And if we find a land, we can actually rotate into Tron, then play the other Prism, then play Muldrifter, and that would be a really good sequence. Turn 3 sequence. So yeah, let's see how it goes. They are on 1 land, which is interesting. That should give us a bit of time. Okay, another land is fine. We can actually do the sequence I talked about, where we play the land, rotate into Tron, then play the Prism, then play the Muldrifter. If we find Tron, we can actually boarding party, which is fun. Maybe it's better to just play the Drifter, I don't know. So this is great, they are just didn't draw the land and didn't draw anyone, so they are doing nothing here. Just hitting for 1, which is great for us. Oh. Yeah, so let's just do that. Let's play this, rotate this into tower. Yep. Play the Prism. And let's just cast a Drifty Boy. Look at it. He just wants to fly and draw cards. Such a pure soul, the Muldrifter. So that was pretty close to an nut draw from our part. We have to crop rotation, which actually made us not be able to boarding party in turn 3, but still is a pretty good, strong start. Next turn we are going to boarding party into Hydroblast probably. I'm going to trade the Muldrifter with whatever. Okay, so they have the 1 drop. That makes sense. So now I'm going to trade probably with the Street Denizen. Just make sure I don't die to 3 random Goblin Grenades or whatever. Well, 3 would make sense, but that would be a meaning. So let's just do the thing. we were about to do here. Just cast the boarding party, cascade into crop rotation. I should have played the land before this. I'm going to still cast it. This generates mana basically. And we need to find a power plant. We have 3 mana, so we can actually evoke the Drifter or hold the Hydro. I'm going to hold the Hydro. This is going to name blue. And let's just attack. Now we have the Hydro up for any random Goblin Grenade or whatever. We can actually even protect the boarding party from a Bolt. Since they are missing land drops, I will basically counter anything they do. Yeah, that... I don't know if I want to remove this or this. I think I'm going to remove the cohort. No. The Goblin's Leather is fine. It's basically a 1/1. If we waited for this leather to resolve, they could have sacrificed the cohort to give +1/+1 to the conscripts. They are thinking if they want to block or not. They decide to block, which is interesting. Let's just spin it again. Oh, they didn't let me spin it, so GG's. Yeah, that was good.